Welcome back, my delinquents. Camila, the clown VTuber, is in trouble, particularly on Twitter at the moment, for being a hypocrite and some previous bullying of other creators. I'm going to go into it, keep an open mind in this. I'm not going to super touch on this as some parts of this, as it is about LoliGod Requiem, which was incredibly hot topic when it came out. I think it's like a year ago now. God, it's been a year. As it had mixed feelings from people, as some people said it was pro-LoliCon. I hate saying it on YouTube, even you don't know if you're going to get in trouble. Some people saying it's pro-LoliShojoCon stuff. Some people saying it's against or it's making fun of it. Some people seeing it as just a parody. Personally, I thought it was a parody. As someone who's been in anime many, many years, 10, 15 years in the community, ever since I was a kid, loli stuff has always been memed upon, so I don't really like blink twice at it being memed on, but it became somehow stickler as something that was incredibly like the extreme side of LoliCon, which I don't want to whip out like it's the fairy tier list characters in anime based style to holy yikes, because that is complicated and I would get demonetized because the yikes is yikes. You know what I mean? Like, I think we all have a vague idea of where fairy ends to where that would end, and I really don't want to talk about it, so let's not. We're going to start this off with the story of her posting this. Thank you for 666k followers, where she posts, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to play this music, which is the LoliGod Requiem meme, which became a big meme everywhere. The dance, everything came and went on to different songs, everything. Because of its lyrics, you can interpret seeing it's talking about how disgusting LoliCon is stuff. So people, and also if you don't speak Japanese, you have no idea what she's saying. But with this popularity based on, because it's very cute, and it's like very mild in that sense, people don't like it because it's a lot of, it goes into that genre, pretty much. It goes into that genre. Camila at the time apparently was, as she said, into woke stuff. God, I hate that word. Into woke stuff, and thought it would be a good idea to bully someone. From what I can tell, okay. From what I can gather, some people said it's about Fallenshadow, about the boober jokes, or about LoliGod Requiem, about, some people said it's about Fallenshadow and some boober jokes. Fallenshadow has responded to this now. I actually haven't watched this.
Oh my god, chat. I'm about to start some drama. I can't. What I saw today blew my mind. On Twitter, I was scrolling, I was scrolling on Twitter, and I had come across a clip of a certain VTuber. And what I heard in this fucking clip, so how it goes. This VTuber is talking about how she had posted, you know how booba was trending on Twitter the other day? There was like the hashtag booba trend. There was this VTuber who is very much loli appealing, like very much loli leaning. She looks like a fucking like 7-year-old, her VTuber. And so she posted it on Twitter saying, oh, my boobies, don't make fun of me, blah, blah, blah. They're so small, don't sexualize me. And so people got really upset about it. People were like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, your model is young looking. Like, your model is young. What are you doing? And she got really fucking defensive about it. And you know what she says on Twitter? Or you know what she says on her stream? She goes on Twitch and she goes, so I posted this booba thing, and a bunch of non-binary transgender people came at me. They came.
Okay. I thought this was more straightforward of like people minding their own business, but oh, what? Okay, now I'm confused.
Came at me and started saying that what I was doing was wrong. They're all crying like little babies or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Did you really just say that? By the way, she's speaking, she's also calling them young. She goes, these non-binary 12-year-olds, these transgender 12-year-olds, when she literally has a loli model.
Wait, okay, so I'm finding more about this because I didn't actually watch this because I guess I forgot. But apparently her rant was because the LoliShojo went on an anti-transgender rant too. at the same time, which is kind of fucked up. I'm not saying that means get bullied, but criticism for something controversial, because anything predicting anything visually a child's gonna be controversial, guys. Let's not play fucking games here. No matter anime or not, it's controversial and it's niche. I'm not gonna go too hard into that, but my problem here is that the anti-transgender rant seems to be, why is that getting fucking glossed over here? Because she's apologizing to Shadow for bullying and bringing up in that chat. Like, I can understand a bit of the hypocrisy there, but, like, I don't think the hypocrisy of, like, basic, saying no to some basic lolly stuff. I don't know how far it went, and then accepting a lolly meme at this stage. But I don't really get the apology for this call-out, per se. If the main call-out was the rant she went on afterwards, I don't fully know Camille's point of view on this, but there seems to be a lot more complaints being glossed over here than just, oh, she was anti-lolly, now she's doing something that has lolly in it. Because I think you can dislike, like, the sexual side of lolly stuff and, like, memes and stuff, because they're, like I said, don't make me whip out the tier list, the list of lollyism, the same with the list of furryism, because like, they don't all connect together. I really hope a lolicon would say this, especially seeing we all know where these lists end. That they all don't connect together. That's the very principle of why it's used, that they don't connect together. Not every level is the same thing in anime. Watching this video of the clip of her, actually, she shouldn't have rang her name up on stream. I agree with that. Shouldn't have started, like, a bit of a witch hunt. It just seems like she is more popular now, so she's backpedaling on something that could lose some of her audience, but it doesn't make Camille look great, but it also doesn't make Shadow look great. I definitely don't believe in bullying. You voice your opinions, and you let it be heard. You can have disagreements online, but, like, using your Twitch chat, everything like that is a no-go. Like, starting a bully wave over a disagreement is not how you do it. Make a statement. If it's that important, make it public, move on, because that's all you can do. But let's go into the Camille apology, because this just gets messy the more you go on to this lolicon versus other people, and they're throwing around the word woke, and that just screams something's gonna end up feral. But this was Camille's original response to the Backlash. We're gonna have to mute that, because that is not a song I can play. So I guess her original response was to fuck off, I guess. And then she follows it up, as far as I can tell, with this apology here, which people ate up. I'm going to read this with you, because I was just going to give it abbreviation, but I think with the information of what she was actually apologizing for, if that is the situation she was apologizing for, because realistically, that may have been her complaint, I guess, of Shadow, thinking about it, but we don't actually know how far this went past the clip. So I'll keep an open mind to that, because we're actually not sure. Hi, posting this because a lot of people are questioning me for posting the LoliGod Requiem video after I admittedly did attack a creator for liking that kind of stuff 2 years ago. When I first started VTubing, I did not understand the culture in the slightest. I was mostly a cringe stan Twitter user. So coming into VTubing anime culture, someone had zero clue to what anything was. I didn't understand anything, and when I saw lolly stuff, I immediately assumed it was pedo shit. Keep this part in mind as you're reading the rest. When I first started streaming, I had a bigger content creator because me that drama equal content, so I should farm that shit. Oh, yikes. So still slowly coming out my woke stan Twitter phase. Okay, using that is like making it sound like caring about other people's rights is like a woke stan Twitter. With the only clip we have of this, it looks terrible. It's like, I don't think it's like a woke stan Twitter to let people live their fucking lives and not be a cunt about it to extent, as long as no one's getting hurt. Yeah, I'm not going to rant into this. I wanted to take my, I saw that bunch of people were posting about a streamer on Twitter, and I immediately jumped the hate bandwagon because I wanted to take my friend's advice, which led to me call out the girl live on my stream where her name had no business being there. Exactly. This is my biggest problem here. Unless things are literally like Fallout 4 nuke level bad, do not call out people live on your stream. Like, keep that and a private message maybe first, or it's like say your piece online. I don't think names should be used or call outs like on streams, or to use your community for it. There's one thing to just point out a hypocrisy, especially if someone is breaking TOS or something like that. But like to actually try and like bring it on stream is just a easy way to do a hate raid pretty much accidentally. So unless it's like literally peak explosion of a situation, but this is a disagreement on opinions. No matter what your opinion is on this, it's a disagreement on opinions. Looking back at it, I wasn't even trying to criticize. I was just straight up bullying her and trying to deplatform her when I didn't even know who she truly is as a person. We have so many mutual friends in common. Anytime her name was brought up in idle chit chat, I started feeling really bad because everyone had said nothing but nice things about her, and it became more clear to me that she didn't deserve that. As apologizing for her, I've reached out to mutual friends back in February because her DMs are closed in an attempt to send my apology to her. Said friend told me that she wasn't answering DMs because it was clear she was going through something at the moment, which threw her acceptance of this apology. That's why I don't really want to delve too much into it, even if she said those things. She's obviously already going through something right now, so I don't know if it's really worth actually rehashing these problems, seeing at the very least it was a year ago and it's been dealt with. Somehow this message gets you. I'm very sorry for what I did, which it did. I didn't know you, and yet I attacked you without even educating myself with who you truly are. My behavior was unacceptable. Continue to learn how to be a better person. So I hope you feel better with what you're dealing with. It sounds rough, so please take all the time you need to heal. You have so many people who love and appreciate you that will be waiting for you with open arms. There's complaints, and then there's just bullying. You know, you can say your piece and say your complaint, but when you retaliate with your whole community or call them out on stream, you're just bullying at that point. But it would have been smarter of her just to make one post saying, I don't like this, I don't think you should do this, and then you move on, because I really don't like the whole like wave of hate where people just constantly attack someone like it will change anything, as it just kind of trends the topic. And sorry to those who are upset with my previous posts. As I've delved deeper into the world of Vtuber, I've gained a better understanding of anime culture. I've come to understand that characters with youthful appearance are common across media forms. I come to appreciate their innocence without any negative implications. I'm pretty much adopted an entirely new outlook on this subject. See, okay, this is a part that I think is important here, that people say that loli are different things too, because lolis are accepted to an extent in anime. It's a trope. It's through everything, and there's lots of different tiers of it, from innocent to holy shit, I need some eye bleach. There's tiers like that in all of anime and shows where something starts off very innocent. But there is levels to this. Not every person that's like, I like cute chibis and the Lolita aesthetic is the same thing. Like, there is a variety of people in like anime and Japanese culture, and things get nicher and nicher and nicher as you go down. You can't just put one cover onto it. And I don't really think having a certain aesthetic means you're in a certain way. So if that was her major complaint for attacking with her, I'm glad she apologized. At least Camille apologized for the bullying. I kind of hope this guy dies down. I will take it more that she's apologizing for her actions on execution, and that she felt she was just attacking them because of the base aesthetic, which is not cool because aesthetics are so different. And also, it's just judging a book completely by its cover. And that other stuff, I with clips out of context, it's impossible to say what exactly she's saying she's learned from here, but I'm going to say she's learned how to deal with creators better, not just take other people's advice and clout chase on this, and hope that's true. And because I don't really want to push this any further, especially seeing Shadow has accepted the apology, is going through a mental health crisis right now, and we don't know what she's really going through, and I think it's better just they have solved it privately, so it is solved at this stage, and this disagreement is between them per se. I'm just reporting the information here and how it can be interpreted. And I bring up that clip. I'm gonna leave that clip in of me being like, what? That's what it's about? Because I do think I didn't even realize that's kind of what it was about, the call out. From what everyone was saying, it seemed to be getting a bit of a blanket statement as Camille hated lolis, and now she doesn't anymore, which doesn't seem to actually be what happened. And a lot of people are saying this may be disingenuous, or she's just admitting that she's a clout chaser or something, but honestly, I can't peer into Camille's mind onto this, of why did she have strong stances on this, did she not? It's very hard to tell, because we don't know her, we don't actually know what she's like. But at the very least, she apologized to Shadow for the cyberbullying in this situation. I can't attest to everything else. And it has made Shadow feel a bit better, especially in this mental health crisis time. And I can't speak to Shadow's like level of integrity on any of this stuff or what they said a year ago when I wasn't paying attention to any of this. We're going to go over to Shadow's where they accept the apology over here. Camille, I think it takes an incredible amount of strength to look at a person you used to be and see how you become better. It takes an unimaginable amount to publicly step onto the internet and admit that in front of an endless ocean of people. We all have done things we regret, but I think more importantly that this is how we look back on them and the choices we make in the future when we reflect on what we did poorly. I have made many of these mistakes myself, especially early into streaming and as a new VTuber. I can definitely understand the best lesson I've learned is always to grow and never hold who you were against the current you. I think I like the current Camille a lot. She seems very kind and strong. We might not know each other well, but I'm very proud of you for this, and I would like to say that I wholeheartedly fully forgive you. I don't hold any hard feelings against you. See, this is the thing. They mention how they've grown too, so we don't really know to hold fully what both of them said in this heated time when they were both kind of learning what they like about being creators. It's like it's hard to like hold what they valued a year or so ago when they were still like exploring everything in this like in the VTubing sphere. I've been mostly off social media for the last month or so catching up on all of this was quite a storm. And of course it's always wonderful to know the Great Loli Inquisition has claimed another Great Loli Inquisition. Okay, I would say the innocence of Loli stuff. I don't know if that counts as Loli, like being at LoliCon, because she's kind of claiming that the Loli Inquisition has claimed them as a LoliCon, which I don't know if, again, people interpret this in so many ways. I've seen this because the innocence of Loli just means that they have like seen that Loli can be innocent. But they do say Loli and not LoliCon here. But I do find this very interesting that so many people can read the same post and completely interpret it in many different ways. I'm sorry that you and your friend couldn't reach me. I have been very bad at replying to messages the last few months that I've been struggling. Woman, I'm not talking to you. Please. God, my phone is so rude. I'm sorry that your friend couldn't reach me. I've been very bad at replying to messages the last few months, but I've been struggling, but I had no clue you wanted to talk. I don't think our friend ever messaged me in the end, but if you would like to talk it through it or any further in private or want to talk at it all anyway, I followed you. I'm sorry to you and anyone else reading this that I've been terrible at communicating since things got really bad. Thank you, Camila, sincerely reading this. This made my heart feel really warm. Wishing you well and lots of love. You don't know inside people's brains. You don't know what's happening in there. And on the internet, it's like constantly reading books by its cover because that's all you ever see. And that's why I do think it's important to like kind of talk this out. It's like bring up the complaints. But I would say that the general, one of these reasons why this probably blew out is that Shadow got defensive. Camila I'm just going to say Kami got defensive, and this just blows it out because your first thing is to any criticism is to get defensive. It does escalate it. You need to be able to both talk calmly in there. I was not around to see this conversation, so I don't know, but at least it's been resolved. I'm not going to tell you how to feel about this. Honestly, it's a complicated situation, and no one knows these people. We don't really know these people. So I was trying to like touch this with kid gloss because this gets very, very feral easily, like this topic. And I did go into this thinking it was one thing, and then it had layers, and now I'm a bit confused on exactly what was going on here. Anyone else confused? I don't know. So that's why I'm leaving it down to they've apologized to each other. We should just probably leave it, I guess. No one made themselves look particularly good here, I guess, and probably without much being known about Shadow got the bum end of the stick the most here. I have especially seen, I don't actually know if what Camille said in that video is true and she actually said those things, or was she using it as an excuse? As she says, like, she was mainly just bullying her. So we don't know. We don't actually know on that one. We just have that one clip out of context. So you have to make your own opinion on that. And I'm just choking it up to, they've apologized to each other. They've grown. And let's leave it at that. Well, Camille's apologized, Shadow's taking time to reciprocate, and has accepted the apology. But I hope I didn't confuse you, because, yeah, I confused myself halfway through this. I will catch you next time, my delinquents. You got this, bestie.